Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh, man. Okay. Welcome to today's What You're Watching podcast episode. I'm Lily, and we're going to be talking about the show You, preferably the season 4. So, I don't know if anybody has watched You. Oh, by the way, it's just gonna be me today. Usually I'll have like a guest come on. If we're watching a show together, then like I'll bring someone on. But no one's watching You. Nobody knows watching You. I'm the only one that watched. I watched it for you. Okay. I watched it so you don't have to. Um, the show has literally derailed, in my opinion. Like, the first season was stellar. Okay. Like, it was so good. We were literally falling either in love with Joe, feeling sorry for Joe, right? Or we just thought he was just, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, we legit was like, okay, now Joe's fine. Like, he's not a psycho killer. He's I. It kind of gave us that Dexter feel. You know what I mean? Like, uh, excuse me. Let me open up my Coke. Refreshing. Yes. So we we had that like Dexter moment, where you like you believe he is being very moral. His morals are like they're relevant. They're like accurate or whatever. I'm trying to find the right word, but um like he just basically can't do any wrong. That what he's doing is right. Like we were manipulated to believe that what he was doing was right. Okay, like Dexter was killing killers, bad people. So we are like, okay, well, Joe's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joe was doing the same thing. He just killing, But then, like, his relationship with I believe her name was Beck. It got very weird. It got very weird, but we still was justifying his behavior. Okay. Then, season 2 comes along, and like we know what happened to him. I mean, we know what happened to between him and Beck, right, at the end. And he's just like, it's like, did he do it? It's like, oh, he's fine. He's innocent. He didn't do no wrong, right? Um, then I believe season 2. It's been so long since I watched it. Was when his ex girlfriend, the one that went missing, came back, and all this craziness. Yeah, that season 2 is very. It's like a blur to me. Season 3 is the one with Love, I believe. Yeah, season 3 is the one with Love. And they both matched each other crazy. So that was a cool season. But I thought it was over. Like, for those who don't know, You is actually a book. I haven't read the book, but for those who've read the book, I've heard from those who've read the book, I've heard that seasons 1 to 3 is the book, and season 4 is when they just go off and just write. Like they have this creative writing. They just kind of like Handmaid's Tale, where they like the first season was the actual book, and then like future seasons are just writings of, what would have happened if it wasn't a book or something like that. So season 4 is like that. It's just more. It's like an expansion of the actual book. All the stuff that happened in season 4, the current season, one that I watched, for this episode, is not in the book, and you can tell. You definitely can tell. I give them credit for doing their best with bringing back past characters, or like giving us the illusion that everything is tied up like a bow, like I believe her name was that's with an M. Oh my god. Marlene is it Marlene? The chick that he was like infatuated with. I'm so bad with names, but she had left because Love told her, that Joe is evil, blah blah blah, and she was like, you gotta go, or I'ma, take care of you, basically. So she goes off and she goes back to Paris with her daughter, and they live happily ever after. So we're believed, so we're told they went their separate ways, and because Joe is the person, like he's such a narcissist, like he needs closure for himself, and he's also he gets very attached to people, like if he's fixated on you, watch out, like he's going to do whatever, wherever, whoever, to be in your life. And when she left, you know um he had went to go follow her. So this is a little spoilery. I'm not gonna go too much into the season because if you do plan on watching it after watching today's podcast or listen to today's podcast, then you know. But he ends up finding her, and it's like she's scared, and she's just like not with it. And he basically spends a lot of time explaining, that he's not a bad person. He tells her, like, you can trust me, I'm not the one that you take me out to be. I'm actually a nice guy. And coming from Joe, who's very manipulative, very narcissistic, could weasel his way out of every situation, he did. He let her go, and she was like, okay, cool, deuces. And he basically proved the point that, he's not a monster by not killing her, because he could have killed her, but he didn't. But other shit happens, like a lot of stuff. Like this season was just a roller coaster of craziness. So the synopsis goes like this. Joe, he drops off his son at the neighbor's house. Love is dead. He goes to London and changes his identity, but Love's family, they're very rich. They hired this private detective to like look for him. And luckily for Joe, the private detective that they hire wants to get out of the game. Like, he doesn't want to kill nobody anymore. He's tired of this. He's like, I am done. I'm too old for this. What I need from you, Joe, is to fake your death. I need you to disappear. I need you to become somebody. So what he does is, he's like, the only person who knows you're alive is Marlene, the girl with the one that he let go. She's the only one that knows that you are alive. Like, you need to take care of her. So he finds her at a train station, because again, they're going back to they're leaving. They're running away. So I don't know how, but being that it's Joe, he probably did a lot of research to find out exactly where she was. And he finds her at this train station and steals her necklace. And this was like, okay, like, it's either the private detective slash hitman was so done with the game that he just didn't care, really, because if he was dedicated to his job, if someone is handing or like has a photo of a necklace saying like, oh yeah, like she's dead, here's the necklace, like, I'm looking for a body. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking for a body. I'm gonna need a body. Where the body at? Like, you're not gonna show, like, he showed him the necklace that is hers, yes, But like, I don't know. I feel like that's not that believable. And this is where the like weird stuff that just don't line up starts happening in the show, and I'm just like that's it. Like you're not gonna like first of all, you're messing with probably the mafia at this point. Love's family is the mafia, and they told you to kill this guy named Joe, right? They didn't even ask for a body. They didn't ask for a body. He just disappeared. They was like, okay, cool, we good. Why aren't people asking for bodies? The FBI, listen, CSI, all y'all, listen, CIA. I have not committed any crime. I just watch a lot of true crime stuff, and within those true crime, either podcasts or TV shows slash movies, YouTube, yes, um, people ask for bodies. They ask for like at least a finger. Like I can even talk about like I can even reference other TV shows that I've watched and spoke about on this podcast. Intrigue the Vampire. Lestat gives Claudia Antoinette's finger. And Claudia's like, okay, cool. But spoiler, Antoinette was never dead. She just was crazy enough in love with him that she chopped off her finger and that was it. So I'm just like, I'm gonna need like the body. Like that's just me to so that I could believe that the job was done. But anyways, that enough with that rant. Enough with that rant. So gives he gives the photo of her necklace to the hitman slash private detective or whatever dude. And the dude's like, all right, cool. Here's your passport, your new social security number, um, like your credit cards. Like you are this person now. This is your person. This you. I'm gonna need you to go to London. This is your new life. Don't mess it up. And so Joe goes. He goes, and has this. He gets a job as a professor. I think he teaches literature. I think he teaches literature. So he starts his job. It's the University of London that I don't know. It's not Oxford. I don't think it is. Um, but it's very prestige and beautiful. It's a nice campus. And he starts his job there. He's getting immaculated into the London lifestyle, of a college professor and whatnot. Um, acclimated. I mean, that's not immaculated. Acclimated. It's all of that, and he befriends this other teacher. All right, my cats are doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Loki, can you not, sir? They always do this when I'm live. They just do this. I'm sorry. But okay. Back to my rant here. So he befriends this other professor, named Malcolm, and Malcolm is rich. So he is practically almost royalty. He's like up there in class, but to make it seem like he's a normal person, he teaches at the university even though he doesn't need to. So this guy is like late to class, he's smoking, he's drinking, he don't give a flying F, okay? Because he don't need it. Joe needs this money. Joe needs it. So Joe like has this like he doesn't like the dude. Like he's just like he can't stand Malcolm. But he tolerates Malcolm because Malcolm gave him an apartment. The apartment happens to be adjacent from Malcolm's apartment, which he shares with his wife slash girlfriend. I think it's his girlfriend. I don't think they're married. It is his girlfriend. I forgot her name. Okay, so yeah, I forgot her name. her name is not coming to my head right now, but he has a girlfriend and they share an apartment. And his girlfriend is also a professor. Well, she's actually like an art dealer. But she I don't know, I forgot why she's in the campus a lot, but she's happens. I think maybe she does teach this class. I don't know, but she's in the campus too. A lot of stuff happens in the campus. Like they yeah, and he gets again. You know he's controlling himself. You know he's like I can't get too fixated on someone. I have to like chill out. I have to like I can't mess this up. Like this is my chance to live a normal life, to leave all those murders and chaos behind me. So he, unfortunately is very, very curious, like Joe is a very, very curious person. He's nosy AF. And because, the his neighbors, Malcolm and his girlfriend, um, they they leave their window blinds open. So he sees everything. He sees them making now. He sees them eating. He even caught Miss Thang touching herself and alluded to that maybe they're not intimate enough because homegirl got the laptop open and is fiddling. So like he's seeing all of this stuff and like they've even caught him a couple of times. They're just like, "Why are you looking in the window, bruh?" But anyways, he basically tolerates Malcolm. The girlfriend can't stand him. She sees him as because again, he Malcolm comes from higher class, and so does she. So she has this well-known family. She's not as rich as Malcolm. Like she needs her job. Being an art dealer, she needs her job. So she tolerates Joe, and she doesn't trust him for many reasons. First, he's American. She thinks he's weird and odd because he keeps looking at the window. And he befriends Malcolm, and she's just like not with it. Hello, Edie. Welcome on in. Let me know if you've watched You. Let me know. Let me know. I'll just do a little recap and everything. Um, but yeah, so she doesn't like Joe, and an interesting thing does happen though. Um, One night on campus, Joe is working late, and so is she, and they both like leave at the same time, and she gets mugged. Like they take her purse, her watch, they like knock her on the floor. They take all her shit. Like she's just like it is raining. She's just like, oh my god, ah. And he's like, okay, I can't be because again, he's nosy. Joe is a very, very nosy person. He needs to be in it, okay? And he sees this happening and he thinks to himself, okay, no, I need to not be involved in this. I need to be straight, okay? I can't get involved in people's lives. I need to make this work, okay? But it takes over him and he goes and he helps her. He shoots, like, he doesn't shoot the guy, but he, like, shoos the guys away and they run off with her things. And she's like, first of all, she has a straight up attitude. Like her attitude is just disgusting. And she doesn't say thank you to him or anything. She even complains about that, like the stuff they took aren't even worth anything. Like she could get it because she's rich. She's like, I don't need that watch. I never liked it anyway. And he tells her like, do not report anything to the police because again, Joe is in hiding. He has his new identity. Like if they run fingerprints on him, they gonna know who he is, and all the bodies all the people he killed, they gonna know. So he gets nervous and is like, please don't tell anybody. Like don't call the police. Like my visa. He makes an excuse about his visa not being straight and not being like like he is all messed up and everything. And she doesn't tell him yes or no. She kind of just like, ugh, and walks away. The next day, though, there's cops over at her place, and they're talking to her, and he could see all of this through his window. and he gets nervous. And I forgot what she told to them. She told them something, and they ended up going to his apartment and asked him questions. And they didn't run any like fingerprints or anything, so he was like in the clear. But Malcolm got word of it, was like, yo, you saved my girlfriend, like, thank you. I want to take you out for drinks. Come to this party with me and her. And the party is like where the elite rich people in London go. Like, this party is, you have to have like a special password or a key or something, medallion. Like, only the rich of the rich go to this party. And he invites him to go and as his guest. And being that Joe, owes this guy, like he gave him an apartment. He feels like he owes, Malcolm. Like, he can't say no. Um, he goes along and he goes to this party, and the people in there are just stuck up. Oh, they're so conceited. They're so into themselves. They're just they were the most annoying part of the season. They were so annoying. Like, I get it, you're rich, but I mean, like, the way they were treating the staff, like the bartenders, the waiters, like, they were just horrible people, and I just could not stand any of them, really. Um, and Joe, I felt so bad for Joe. I'm like, Joe, you have to be in this environment. Oh no, I could not. Um, so like he goes to the party and they have like all the drinks. Like, they have absinthe. They have like just this top shelf stuff, like stuff that's like not diluted. And Joe is just knocking them back. He's having the time of his life. He's getting really wasted. And he gets so wasted that he doesn't know what he's drinking at this point. Like, they're just giving him drinks and he's just drinking it. Like, he getting messed up. And he's talking to all these people and they're getting to know him. And they're like, oh, you're the life of the party. Like, oh, we like you, we don't like Malcolm, kind of thing. Like, they all like this is how fake they are. Everybody at this party that Malcolm invited Joe to go to, none of them like him. None of them like Malcolm. They think that he is, they just think he's annoying, that he's fake. He's not like real. Like, they just very jealous of him because of his status, being that, he's practically almost royalty, in like the elite class. There's a lot of that, a lot of like backstabby, talking behind people's back, gossiping type stuff, like, fake to your face type energy going on. And they're all talking about how like they don't like Malcolm, and Joe is just like, whoa, like, I thought Malcolm was your friend. And they're just like, no, we don't like him, we tolerate him, but no. But he again is having the time of his life, and he decides to leave. He doesn't remember how he got home, right? He's in his apartment. He just looks really messed up, like, just like Hangover the movie. It's just his body. It's just the whole movie. And he has like this poofy, almost animal print jacket. I forgot what color it was, but it's like animal print. And he wakes up on his couch. He's like, how the hell I get home? And then there is a body on his dining room table, and it is Malcolm. Okay? So once he sees that shit, he's like, oh no, I did it again. And he starts to freak out. He closes his blinds. He's trying to figure out, like, what the hell did I do? What happened? Like, what's going on? But he goes into Joe mode. And y'all know Joe, Joe knows how to dispose of body. So he gets to work on disposing Malcolm. He just gets to going. He gets the rug, he wraps the body up, drives all the way to and okay, see, shows like this, it's just like like, see, I would say I could not, like, I'm too scared to be like a serial killer or anything like that, right? Like, I like my brain, and like they say, like, I took psychology 104. It might be a different number for where y'all at, but hello. But psychology 104 in my college was the study of the brain, and one of the chapters was what makes a person a psychopath. So, or like, narcissistic. Like, we're talking uh Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, um Ed Gein, like, serial killers. Like, what makes them, like, how did they become who they are? We legit study that in my college in psychology. And it was a interesting class because they really broke it down. It was like, yo, you are literally like, it's either you're born that way or you're conditioned that way. It goes either way. Like, it's either something in their lives happen where they're conditioned to believe that way, or they're born with it, like something's in their brain that makes them do it. And it's like, it literally changed how, like, I watch true crime stories and stuff like that, because a lot of the times they would use like the what's it called, like the psychiatric test, or like pleading insanity to get out of like a murder sentence, and it doesn't even work. It doesn't work. Yet they claim that it's like, like they really wanted to. I think it was who was it? I think it was Ted. Was it Ted? Who's that other guy? Dahmer. It was Dahmer. So Dahmer's father wanted his brain to be examined, and his mama was like, "Nah, like, we not doing that." A lot of times they, the psychiatrists, or the people who study this, want to study the brains of these individuals to know like what goes on. But basically, that's that. I don't want to go on a tangent on that, because that's totally like not the point of Joe. But anyways, is he's just that's just how he thinks. Like, he just knows how to get out of that situation and go straight into attack mode. And he's not panicking. He's not, crying. He's just like, oh, I need to get rid of this body. He goes to this sawmill place in the middle of the night and just, yep, body bags and everything, just like, and then just like across the interstate, and then goes back and has tea. Like, I was like, bruh, like, I, that whole time I'm biting my nails. I'm like, yo, he gonna get caught. I'm like, oh my god, they gonna get him. And he Malcolm just disappeared. No one knows what happened to Malcolm. But after disposing of the body and everything, and having his tea and relaxing in his home like nothing has happened, he gets this text message on his phone. And the person says like, hey, you handled that better than I thought you would. I thought you was going to be, like, pee in your pants, but you handled it like a pro. You must have done this before. And Joe is like, the text is anonymous. And Joe's like, what is this? Joe's like, who has my number? And it came from this app. I don't know if this is a thing, because I don't do dark web stuff. Like, I know there's probably some dark web apps you could put on your phone, but I don't do dark web. The dark web creeps me out. But this app is like a burner phone. So like, if you send a text, it disappears and it's like not traceable. So this person is sending him these texts, and they're disappearing. And he has no way to trace where they're coming from, how the person has his phone, nothing. And he starts to panic, but again, it's Joe, so he's just like, he's collecting himself. He's like, I need to find out who this person is. And this is the you. of this season. All of this happened. This whole synopsis was the first like 20-30 minutes of the show. There's some parts I skipped. I skipped out, but um, and then we get to finally know who the you is of this season. And it's not someone that he's dated. It's not someone that he's just infatuated with. It's literally someone who's a mystery, who knows that he disposed the body, tried to frame him, and Joe spends the entire season trying to find out who is this person. Okay. And he goes through so much stuff. Like it's just I don't know how he was able to just chill out and not like be in the corner with his legs up in the air going like, "Oh my god." Like listen, different people. I panic. Okay, I'll be panicking. But Joe was like, "Hey, I'm gonna find out who it is. Welcome on in, Freshie. You usually don't show yourself on stream, but welcome on in. This is my co-host, Mr. Freshie. I'm trying to show him to y'all, but he's just it's my co-host. Say hi, Freshie. Co-host of the hour. Yes, 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 yes. Um, but yeah, he spends the whole season trying to figure out who this person is, and the season was broken up into two parts. So part one was him going through, hanging out with the elite people and getting like into that scene. Um, they went into his teaching career and everything. And again, he's still trying to figure out who this person is. Um, Without spoiling too much, because a lot has happened. Um, Part two of the season really goes into like they reveal who the person is, and not only is the person continuing to blackmail Joe, even though Joe found out who it is, they're like worse than him. They're like they basically make Joe their bitch. Like he does their bidding for them. And yeah, it gets wild. Part two. So it's all on Netflix. At this moment, I don't think they split it up. I think they released everything. So you can go on Netflix and watch it and check it out. I personally did not like this season. Um, I It just a lot of stuff went on, in my opinion. A lot of stuff just like didn't add up. Like what I said before about him using a photo of a necklace to as proof of him killing Marlene, instead of just like a body, and people are believing him. And then like I really hope the elite I really hope like people don't act like that, like the elite do, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure there are people who act like they are better than everybody, and it's just like, ugh, I just couldn't stand them. I think I could do. My allergy is just like, oh my god, my nose. It's like I'm gonna sneeze. I could do without them. I feel like they were not needed to tell the story. There was a lot of them. I think if they had maybe like two or three people instead of like freaking 10, it was a lot of people. It probably would have been better in my opinion, only because a lot of them, they were like copies of each other. There was one that was a Instagram model, like she was Instagram famous. And then there was her boyfriend who lives off of daddy's money, and daddy's rich, but daddy said that he doesn't want to pay for his lifestyle anymore, so he wants to marry the Instagram model so that he could use her and take her money. That was interesting. And then there was one where he is a author. He writes a book, and he has no idea why he's even allowed into the club, why people love him so much. He's just a book author, and he thinks everybody here is shallow. He had an interesting storyline, and there was another one. She was the heiress of, like, she basically had, I think she had like a Oxford degree, and she was like really smart. And she was like, I don't want to go to school no more. Like, I could care less. Like, I'm totally good with being a model type thing. And she had a brother who was an artist, and he did like street art and had a gallery everywhere. And he had an interesting story too. There was something fishy going on about that gallery and the people involved with working with him, because he worked with Malcolm's girlfriend, and then they had like this whole, it was like a whole conspiracy thing going on too. It was like so many pocket stories in this season. It was just, it was, yeah, it was a lot of pocket stories in there. So like that was a pocket story within the story. um and then like, yes, I felt so good when they started basically everybody started dying. Okay. um and Joe again is very calm and collected when bodies are dropping, and he doesn't know why. Or he doesn't know why, and he doesn't know who, because he not killing. He knows it's not him, but he knows that all these bodies, like they gonna start. He's the odd man, so it's like, you are not walking on my laptop, buddy. Get down. He starts the, like the pieces, everything is going to add up to him, and he doesn't want that. So he, again, comic collective, but is straight to business. Honestly, I heard that there's gonna be a season 5 to it. But again, season 4 is not the book. I really would like to read the book. I really would like to read the book. I'm gonna see if I can find it at Barnes and Nobles, or Amazon, because books are different than um the TV show or the movies. Like there's some TV show adaptations, or movie adaptations that are very similar to the book, where they don't change much, but the book always has more. Like the book always has more information, more things going on, more scenes, and um the TV show slash movie cuts out a lot of stuff. Um and I would like to read the book and see how similar it is to the TV show. Yeah. But again, the seasons 1 to 3 is the book, the books. But season 4 is free range. So I think they went and did everything. They was just like, they was in that office at that round table talking about, it was basically too many cooks in the kitchen. Everybody wanted their story to be told, and everybody wanted their story to be told. And no one said no. No one said, oh, it could wait until later season. They were just like, nah, like we gotta tell it now. So that's what I think would happen. I think everybody was at the drawing board, at the table, when they was making the season script. It was like, oh, that could go in there, 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 and no one was like, no, like that don't make sense. That makes no sense. We can move that. Like it was just, everyone just got their parts in the show, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Um, but they're making a season 5, and I'm just like, knowing how it ended, you guys don't know how it ended unless y'all watched it. But knowing how season 4 ended, I'm just like, what else are you gonna talk about? I think it's over. Like it ended so like it had a closure, you know, like it just, you know, like there are some TV shows that are open for interpretation, you know, like no one is killed off and you know everyone lives happy ever after. And you know, those TV shows tend to have like reboots or like relaunches where, you know, like trying to think of a show that did it. Damn. The only show I have is a very bad example. It's a very bad example, but yeah. Well, actually, no. I have. Yeah, it's a very bad example, but I'm gonna say it. Roseanne. Okay, so Roseanne popped in my head, and let's forget. Let's just not. I'm not going into all the stuff about, you know, y'all know, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna talk about that on my podcast at all. But the show had an ending, right? And I believe the ending was like someone died, but they didn't die. I don't want to spoil it in case y'all want to go and watch it. I don't know. I don't know why you would, but if you want to. They basically was like they didn't die. They thought they died, but they didn't die. And that left room for a comeback, you can say. And they did. They came back with Roseanne. I think it was named something else, but it was basically Roseanne, but the kids were out of college. The kids were out of college. They were older. Everyone was older. And it was like, you know, yeah, that the show just continued. A better example, Sex in the City. So I started watching that, the new one that came out. So Sex in the City back in the day ended, right? And it had this long hiatus, right? This long hiatus. The show basically had a season finale and everything, like it was just over. Sex and the City was done in the vault, right? And then now it's back. Now it's back. It's been revived. The old cast is back. They're you know, they're a lot older. They have kids now, some of them, and you know it's still relevant to this day. You know, people are watching Sex in the City, and it's good in a way that like you don't need to watch the older shows. Like you don't need to watch the older episodes to know what's going on. It kind of like recap it for you, which is great. Um, so like those shows, yes, I understand, I get it. You know, those work out. But, you know, I think this ending was great. I don't think they need to continue on the story. Um, it's like how worse can Joe get at this point? Like it went from us believing everything he was doing was moral and was justified, right? Seasons 1 and 2 had us in a tootsie. Okay, we were like, yo, I don't know if I like. We're like, yo, I think they basically had us questioning our morals because we over here thinking like, okay, he said what he said though. Like I believe what he said. Like I get where he's coming from type situation. And season 3 was like, okay, maybe he's different, maybe he changed. And, you know, he found the love of his life. We go, you know, learn more about that and everything. But then she ends up being crazier than him. Okay, that was good. That was a good season. Homegirl was crazy. Okay, that was good. And then now we got season 4. But again, like I said, those were the books. So they were good. They had a script, they had a structure, they had a guide. Okay. Now season 4 comes and we're just like, okay, where y'all going with this? I don't know what y'all doing with this. I'm gonna watch it though, but I don't know what y'all doing. And you know, now season 5. I think we're good at. I think we're good with 4. I don't think we need any more. That's just my opinion. I don't know if y'all think otherwise. If y'all would like to watch it, it's on Netflix. So like, if y'all would like to watch it, I gave y'all mini spoiler synopsis. I basically told the first episode. The first or 2 episodes, that's what I said. The rest of the episodes, I'm not. I gave y'all little bits of them though, little tiny bits. But yeah, I don't want to like. I got a burp. Ooh, is that Coke? Um, yeah, I don't think I spoiled it too much. If y'all would like to check it out for yourself, um, would I watch season 5? Probably. I probably will watch it just because like I like this stuff kind of sort of like I like mystery and true crime and just I like it, like, you know, like American Psycho vibes. I like it. I love it. So I'll probably watch it and just be annoyed like I was. Like, I watched it. I watched season 4 and I was just like, what? No, no, that doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, like, it was a lot of head shaking, just like, what? Um, but I stuck it out. I watched it for y'all, so y'all don't have to, unless y'all want to. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. Any questions in the stream? Anybody would like to ask me the questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just gonna drink this. Mm. Uh, I do want to get the book though. I do want to get the book and read it, um, and see like how different it is. Um, and I know a lot of people like I've compared it to Dexter. At least Joe. I compared Joe to Dexter. Um, yeah, same thought process going on. But again, like, he just was just killing people. He was just like, took. I mean, Love did a lot. I feel like she messed him up. Sorry, allergies. I feel like she messed him up because um when she started to, off people, he had to clean up her mess. And then, they had that big fight and he just ended up by himself. She did RP. Um, he had to do what he had to do. And, I was thinking that was it, to be honest. But here Joe is in London with a new identity and then all this drama. Um, but the only thing I would say that's different between you and shows like Dexter is that, especially Dexter, he didn't have a, like, what's the word? A true motive, I would say. Like, I don't think he had a motive in anything that he did. I think he just is a cuckoo and just did what he thought was the right thing to do. Again, this goes back to the brain processing. To him, he did nothing wrong. Um, and it's like, you did do something wrong, you did a lot of things wrong, but to him, he did not. Um, so yeah, Dexter, he was, cuckoo, but yeah, he started killing killers, like murderers and stuff, bad people. So he was, basically he thought he was like cleaning the streets. That was his reason. I'm cleaning the streets. Um, but yeah, it would be cool to like see if there's like a video that compares the two shows, because this is the second show that I know of that is like this. I know there's a lot of movies that are kind of like this where, you know, you have this strong relationship with like the characters and stuff like that. Like you start to feel, you know, like the emotional roller coaster, you know, had us thinking that. I mean, I heard people was crushing on Joe. It got that bad, and I know there's some TV shows that are like that. Yep, but I don't know if there's any TV shows that are like, you know, you're being infatuated with a killer. I don't know. If there is, I'm sure someone in the comments after this will let me know. Will recommend a show for me to watch. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I gave the synopsis. You know, oh, I would probably rate this. Let's see. I would rate this like a 7.5 out of 10. I rate this a 7. Out of 10. Yeah, like a 7.5 out of 10 is what I would rate this this season. And the other seasons of You are like 8.5 to 9. So this one's low. This one's low. The next show that I am watching, I'm watching Twisted Metal right now. I'm watching Twisted Metal. I'm watching From, and I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and finishing up Demon Slayer and Spy Family. I want to do an episode about anime, because I'm literally watching 3 animes right now at the same time, and I want to do an episode where and this is the episode I'll have people join me, because I know there's a lot of people who watch anime. I know a lot of people that watch anime, so I'm gonna do an episode about anime where we discuss what we're currently watching, what we want to watch, you know, just like get all into anime. And I want to do a episode on Twisted Metal when it's over, or when I'm done watching it. They put all the episodes out, and I'm pacing myself because I accidentally got up to the middle of episode 2. Luckily, I was on TikTok, so I missed a lot. So I got to go back and watch episode 2 of Twisted Metal. They have all the episodes there, so I'm basically gonna have to pace myself because I don't want to like rush it. I wanna watch it and you know, enjoy the show. I don't want to binge. I don't want to binge it. As for the show From, I am currently watching season 2. Season 2 has been out, but it's late for me because I do not have MGM Plus. But I have ways of watching the show, so I'm watching the show. Yeah, I'm watching the show, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice. It's scary. It's really scary. It's a huge mystery. So I'm going to save that episode for Halloween time, because I also want to watch a couple more horror TV shows and just lump them up again. Do like a horror TV show part 2. Because that was a big one. Like, there's a lot of cool horror shows that are coming out this year and next. And when we were discussing, we had a earlier podcast where we were discussing horror TV shows and movies that we loved and that we were watching. So I want to do a part 2 of that around Halloween time. So sometime in October, I want to do that. The other episodes, the one for I'm blanking. Why am I blanking? I'm blanking. So the Halloween one was gonna be From. The other 2, I'm gonna like spread them out. Twisted Metal, would be whenever I'm done with the actual TV show. Um, I'm not gonna rush that one. So stay tuned for the list of upcoming episodes that's gonna be coming to the podcast. And yeah, I'm gonna have guests over for the anime portion, for the anime one. The anime one might actually be this month. Either this month or not this month, Lord. We're not in August yet. In August. It's gonna be in August. So I'm gonna put a bulletin out and get some people in here. If you watch anime and you would like to chime in and talk about, your favorite anime parts, animes that got you into anime, animes that got you crying, got you laughing, all that stuff, I will be making a post about that and getting people to join me. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. We're at our hour mark. I like to keep my podcast as at least an hour or 2 hours if I have a guest, because we're gonna be doing a lot of discussions and stuff like that, a lot of different opinions going on. So I like to give more time for discussions and stuff like that. But since it's just only me today, we're gonna end it here. I'm going to post about the next episodes to come, as I mentioned before, and I will see y'all in the next stream. I will be here again on YouTube on Wednesday. Schedule's down below. Definitely check it out. Hit the notify me button so you don't miss that stream. Also, subscribe and like the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share with your friends, especially if they like you. And yeah, have a great Sunday. And thank y'all for coming. I truly should appreciate seeing y'all coming on in here. And yeah. Bye.